So, Verity, thank you so much for just doing this quick 5 minute, I promise, clip into what it is that My Sister's Place does. So, just for everybody else's benefit, it's Verity Stangroom, and you're the chief fundraiser. I know you don't call yourself that, but I'm going to call you that, chief fundraiser for My Sister's Place. So what is My Sister's Place?
So we are a domestic abuse service based in the centre of Middlesbrough. We have been around almost 20 years, and typically we help in the region of 1,700 women a year. Now, we are what we call a one-stop shop, and that means we are trauma informed at every point of contact within the service. The one-stop shop nature of the service means that somebody only has to tell their story once. We know that it can be re-traumatizing to have to retell and be bounced around different services. So the idea is that when a woman is ready to receive help, then we help them according to what their needs are. So the most important thing is that we make sure she is safe and her children are safe. Once we've established that, we then go on a kind of a needs-led basis. That might be therapeutic input. We do things like EMDR. We're known nationwide actually for the quality of our trauma therapy. It might be advocacy. We have a witness link, video link thing in-house that people can use. It might be debt or benefits advice. It might be help with child contact. I think the traditional view of people that might access our service would maybe be, I don't know, a woman rocking up with a couple of kids needing refuge. Yeah, that does happen, but it's not our everyday scenario. We deal with women who have been experiencing abuse for years, and now want therapy. Maybe historically they're looking back and want to make changes with their lives because of, I don't know, presenting anxiety or different psychological issues as a result of abuse. Or we might signpost, a mum might call and be worried about her daughter and just need to know kind of what to do, what not to do, how best to support her. We're all about presenting choices. We don't ever tell somebody to leave. We don't ever tell somebody what to do. We're about making sure they're safe and then presenting the different choices for them to make the decisions that are right for them at a moment that is right for them, because there is no kind of typical woman that we deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, do you know, I mean, I've been doing various different things to fundraise for you guys over a year now, and that explanation that you've just given has just blown my mind in terms of just how much you actually do. So, you know, my business is all about people making a difference. One of the reasons why I wanted to, you know, support your charity is because you make such a huge difference. What specifically, over the next year as I'm doing this fundraising with the No Sugar Treats Challenge, what specifically might those funds do to help? What do you really need right now?
Well, the real beauty of you doing something like this, Claire, and I completely raise my hat to you because I really couldn't do it, is it provides unrestricted funding. Now that is absolute gold standard funding for a service like ours. It means that we can direct money where it is needed when it is needed. So specifically, that might be things like helping to fund our Freedom programme, which is an educational programme, group work with women who may still be in an abusive relationship and may have recently left. It's about educating them as to what abuse is, what it isn't, what women can do about it, what's not okay, how to build that resilience, if you like, to be able to move to the next stage and access more intensive help. On a practical basis, it might help get a woman from where we are to refuge. It might help provide school uniforms if a family's had to reroute and start again somewhere. White goods, if somebody needs to start again, well, that's really, really tough. If I'm paying, I don't know, if I'm on a mortgage and I've got all my stuff at home, but I'm making a really, really brave decision to start again somewhere, how not many of us are going to have the finances to go, all right, freezer, cooker, etc., all those really, really practical things that actually, even on a bare minimum, requires quite a lot of inputs to make sure that you and your family are looked after. There's so many things. we're also doing something called brief intervention, which is a kind of emergency psychological support. If somebody can't access therapy yet, it provides kind of the arms around somebody to enable them to like stabilize, to be grounded, to be able to access, to go to court, to be a witness at court, to fight for their children or for their situation. But they might need that emergency help, which we have to fund from somewhere. So yeah, there's a lot.
Goodness me. Well, I'll probably speak to you again in so many months' time and let you know how I'm getting on, and see, again, sort of an update in terms of what's happening there. But it just demonstrates how every £5, £10, or even more, somebody put £15 in the other day, donated, just is going to make such a huge difference. So, Verity, thank you so much. And I'll speak to you again in a little while.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Claire. Thanks everyone for your support.